remaining passengers on Philippine Airlines.
Howdy, howdy, gang. A-Train with you for the next, which will be 5th episode in our tutorials on how to play SimAirport in early release, available now on Steam. Just to let you know, we're playing the career mode, and we started with the basic terminal. I walked folks through how to rezone, how to do basic building, how to schedule flights, kind of how to set up a little more logical layout of things, including security and an escape route for your packs. So we've got everything set. We set up our new schedule last episode with actually 8 flights instead of 7 because there have been some changes to what flights you can accept based on aircraft, based on your runway. Now there are 3 runway sizes available, and we start off with the small runway. So what we've done is run the clock forward. We are into day 2. It's 1:39 a.m. Why did I stop at 1:39? Because look over here. There's a bus, and we have packs. Our first group of packs have arrived at the airport, and we are ready to rumble. So, here's a neat thing you may not have noticed. Let me mouse over the gate here real quick. This is something they added last week, I think. Today's flights, and it's got the list of what's coming up today at what time it will be here. The neat thing about this is that you can look ahead to what's coming on each gate, though, and it may be a bit confusing, the key is the go, no go decision on an incoming flight, I believe, is 20 minutes prior to this arrival time. So Aero time 5112 will be looking to make sure the gate is open at 3:40 a.m. and then making its final approach. And once it makes that check and confirms it's coming in, it drops off this list, okay? Because then it's going to be arriving a couple minutes later, and then it'll be on the gate, and it's irrelevant, okay? All right, so let's look. I want to be able to show you how the packs work. So let's let them come into the thing. We're going to go at 4 times speed. First off, did you see how they kind of loop around the drop-off zone? This person here kind of went around the south side of it. Another couple went around the top side. That's something to keep in mind when making your drop-off zone. You don't want it to be this long, okay? It doesn't need to be. It's only, I think I've got it 12 tiles long, and pickups the same way. All right, so there's your first little note. Now, here they come in. Da-da-da. And they're getting their tickets and dropping off their bags. Now, you can see their bag. Now, see how the bag's laid down the little conveyor thingy here? Check this out. We're going to go to utilities and conveyor line, and you're going to see the bags, dun-da-da, zoom, as it goes out to the baggage routing station, okay? So that's kind of cool. All right, there goes a pink bag, and other people just got their tickets. Here goes another bag, out to the BRS. So it's kind of fun. You can watch the bags come and go by turning on utilities and looking at your conveyor lines. All right, so folks are going through security now. Now you're going to see how they go through security. It's a little wonky with the queue lines, just like, we regular humans. If there's a queue line and there's nobody in the queue line, do you go all the way through the maze of the queue line, or do you kind of cut underneath it? Well, these folks cut underneath it, but you know what part of the reason is? I failed to do something. I failed to assign the ID check stands to the queue lines. So let's do that real quick. You click on the ID check stand. Now notice the security officer has a round shape around them. You want to make sure you've got the square around the ID check stand and not around the passenger. Okay? So it says ID check stand assigned to. We're going to click this. Here's the queue line. We've got 2 of them. We're going to assign the bigger one to coach passengers, so it turns green, and the lower one is going to be first class, so it turns blue. Then we're going to assign to both. Then close. And we're going to come to this other one. Assign, 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 close. All right, that's going to fix that. Let's go up here and do that with this line at ticketing. I've got this set up for any passengers right now. I think I'm going to go ahead and keep it that way. Just for now, we'll change it in the future. Okay, so that sets that up. Now, let's get over here to the gate, and this is where it can really be a cluster. Let's assign these gate agent desks to our 2 queue lines here. Oh, in fact, this is already done. All right, so remember, this is the first tile that we put down. It's effectively the last tile, the exit tile of a queue line, okay? And these are connected now because we assigned it to gate A1, and we assigned it to the first class line and to the coach line. See the red dots? That's the anchor point. That's where you build out from, like this and like this, okay? So you go out from the anchor point, and when you delete it, when you shrink the queue, you have to start at the back. See how it turns green? The box turns green. You can't start here. I'm clicking, it's not doing anything. It's not doing anything here. You got to start here at the green one. Left click, hold, and drag to shrink your queue line, and then you can make changes to it, okay? So those are all set. Now watch the folks at security. They'll kind of react a little bit here and bounce back in the line. Ah, whoops, there's queue lines. Well, let's go be reasonable human beings or packs, and we'll bounce around here. Ah, apparently this guy is a first class passenger, and this is a coach passenger. This lady's first class, and this person here is just kind of a jerk. So, all right, so they're letting their stuff see, he's having to wait. That's what you get for being a douche. All right, note, when you're laying down your security stuff, again, let me reiterate this little point. This is the most compact way to do it. You put an ID check stand, which takes up 1 tile. Then you put a baggage scanner, which takes up 3 tiles. Note the arrow here at the top. It's pointing to the right, okay? And then it goes into the metal detector, which takes up 2 tiles vertically, all right? Or it would take up 2 left to right if you had it facing upward or downward. Currently, I think there's a little bug with the bag scanner. If you're having it face up, I think, it won't work. So don't set it up so it faces up, all right? You can set it up facing left, right, or down. You'll get it done, okay? So people are going through security. We'll speed up to 4 times here. And now they're going to chill out at the gate. They'll come over and sit down. Now let's see why they're sitting down, right? Let's look at this person right here. Aha. Now, when you mouse over any given packs, you're going to see their needs stats pop up. So this is a passenger on aero time 5112, hunger 0.413. They're hungry, so they're going to go to that food vending machine right here and get something to eat. And that will take their hunger level down. Life cycle departure is when they get on the aircraft or when they get off the aircraft. Environment, that's the influence these plants have on them, okay? You can see this by going to reports and info heat map. Whoops, no, environmental heat map. So it's green, all right? That's good. So that makes their environmental need go down. Info heat map is the information boards. And those, the flight info displays, cause their information, which is way down at 0 right now. This guy's at 0. This one's at 0. Actually, it's kind of funny. Everybody's at 0. So that may be something they're working on at the moment. Oh, wait, there's somebody with 0.28. Let's watch this PAX. And watch, see, now it's 0.24, 0.24, 0.020, 0.018. They move over here. It's 0.016. Now it's going down slower than when they were standing over here. Okay? See how, so it's bright here. It's a little dimmer here. So now they're kind of moving around in the zone, but their information need went down because they were in the area of influence of these flight information boards. Okay? So let's check on our research real quick and see where we stand. We're at 41% into pricing. Okay? When we get that done, that's going to be good. Because then we'll be able to go down here and change the pricing for how much it costs planes to land and take off on our runway, and how much we charge the airlines for each passenger in our terminal. All right, listen, you'll hear a plane coming in. Ta-da! Here's our first flight. Now, we're going to slow it down and let you see how this looks. So now, it's at the gate. Here comes the baggage cart. The jetway has swung over and latched onto the airplane. They cleaned that up. It's looking nice. Now you're going to see packs coming out the door here. And watch what they do. As they flow out, they're going to cut this corner here. Here they come. They're going to cut this corner and then kind of bounce around here. And they're going to go right out the security exit. And we'll move over here so we can see the whole deal. Now the baggage cart just picked up their bags. All right, see how they're coming in now? I'm going to speed it up just a little bit. And you'll see them. They go out the security exit, and some of them go to bag claim. Others just go right out to the pickups. And here come their bags. Ta-da! And now you could turn on the utilities, and you could have seen their bags coming along. So the plane boarded. Now, and that was quick. Now, remember what I told you about these things. We can only set a 90-minute turn time on these aircraft. This guy got here at 4 a.m. It's 4:47. He's off the gate. Okay, it's a 75 pax aircraft. There were only 36 pax going on board. All right. So these folks here are here for the next flight, which I believe we have an Embraer coming in at, let's see, 4:30. So this should be, scheduled departure was 5:30. The Embraer is due in at 6 because we have a half hour between. Now, mouse over the aircraft. It tells you what it is, arrival time, departure time. 36 of 36 boarded, 0 of 36 standing in line, 0 en route. Standing in line means they're over here chilling in the queue line, or they're in this queue line, or they could be in the ticketing queue line. If they're standing in line, that's a failure on your part to have the airport moving efficiently to get your passengers on the plane in time. If they're en route, they've checked in with the gate agent and they're heading into the doors here to board the aircraft. Okay, that's what differentiates those. Now, one other thing we could have done is you left click on the aircraft and this comes up. Highlight passengers or packs. We're going to left click on that. See the people with the red circles around them? Those are people who arrived on that flight. Okay? And the people who got on board had green circles around them. Okay? So that allows you to see where the packs are for a given flight. We'll do that for the one that's coming in here at 6 o'clock. All right? So for now, security's moving well. We're going to speed things up. Say goodbye to this airplane. He's gone. Now, let me point out one other thing here. The winds have shifted. Winds are out of they're to the northwest. Okay? They're out of the southeast. So flight operations are going to the east because the aircraft want to take off and land into the wind. All right? This can switch on you very quickly, though, and can be kind of a pain in the butt. But with our schedule, we should be okay. All right? So now our next flight is Aerostar 214 at 6 a.m. Let's run the clock forward. We'll get them in here, and we'll see how we're doing. Oh, one other thing. With our current level of pricing, we can see how much we're expecting to make today. Flight ops income, 16,760. Staff expenses, 10,920. Total 5840 is our estimated profit based on all flights being full and 0 cancellations, 0 delays, and 0 missed flights. Okay, so we got a runway usage fee. We made some food vending money. We made $5 off our ATM, but we also had to pay wages to staff and pay for infrastructure. Okay, if you want to see the detailed report, since we have a CFO, you go to reports. See profit and loss here is available because we do have a CFO. And we can click on that and this comes up. And this shows so far for today we've lost $1,112. But that'll change because we've got, what, 7 more flights to come in still? So we're going to make more money and that'll be good. All right. Let's go ahead and kick this in gear. You may hear some air traffic controllers here in a second. Let's see. Will you? Nope. Maybe not. All right. This is a Embraer. Now we're going to do this here. They're pulling on the gate. We are going to click on it and highlight passengers. So all the people circled in green are going to board the aircraft, and all the ones that come off will be circled in red. All right, so we'll go full speed. Here comes the next flight's people arriving. And, well, they should be, oh, they weren't off the plane yet. They got to be off the plane. All right, see how quick they're boarding? They are blowing and going. Zoom, 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 and they're on board. And the aircraft's off the gate at 7 a.m., which is a half hour early. It was due to leave at 7:30. So this is something to keep in mind. Based on the number of gate agents you have, number of passengers on the aircraft. Flights can get off the gate early. That's why we set these down on the schedule to only take 90 minutes. When you get them, remember, they set up for 2 hours as default. And you can left click on the right side here. Go to the right side, you get the cross, left click. You can shorten this to 90 minutes minimum or go out to 5 hours maximum. And you only need to do that for big airplanes. We're not going to worry about that. So everybody's good to go at 90 minutes for now. Okay? Now, we have some very happy passengers. Right now we're showing a 95% passenger satisfaction. And this information is based on those PAX needs numbers we looked at earlier. Some of them need environment, some of them need cleanliness, hunger, money, blah, 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 blah. All right? So we can improve the environment number by putting plants down everywhere, but I really don't feel like doing that right now. We can improve hunger by putting in more food vending machines and whatnot. All right. We're not going to mess with that, though. That airplane is out of here, and we are rolling through the day. All right, we've had 3 flights. This is good. We've got the 1 food vending machine, so that... Oh, this next flight may not have too many people on it. Oh, it's not till noon. Oh, no. It's the puddle jumper. Boo. We don't like this airplane. It's only got 8 people. Ugh. Killing me, Smalls. And only like 3 came in on it. So how do we determine that? We go up here to bank balance. Look down at the bottom. See where it says $150 Pacific Airlines 3112 terminal usage. Okay? That's based on the number of people that come in on the flight and go out on the flight based on our pricing, which is $10 per person. So that means 15 people total. 8 are going out, 7 came in. Now, if you note, you'll see 1 is standing in line. Let's see if we can find where there's that 1 PAX. Okay, they're kind of goofing around. Have they checked in yet? Let's see. Okay, they just checked in, and now they're gone. So now there's 8 of 8 on board, and the airplane is waiting on baggage loading because we could throw stuff on board quicker. So we're going to speed this up again. The bags go on board. He's done. Plane backs off the gate. Tiny little puddle jumper. I flew on the bigger version of this, the King Air, once. All right, zoom, get out of here. All right, let's run through our day here. Zoom, yay, we get neat sound. And so basically at this point, we are in hurry up and wait mode. All right, there's not a whole lot we can do. We're waiting on planes to come in. Oh, here's another change. If you notice at the top, see this this stuff here is smaller than it was. They sized that down, which is really neat. Some people had called for that because it was a little obtrusive. It really took up a lot of space on the screen. That was annoying, and now it fits nice and neat in the top there, and it goes away quick, and it's really cool. All right, so there goes that plane. Zoom, bye-bye. They're out of here. All right, we made $45 off food vending, $400 off of the runway usage. And right now, I don't think we have any flights we can accept. Night, afternoon. We can accept the 707. We're not going to do that because, again, I'm intentionally hamstringing myself just a little bit, simply based on, here's another Clean Air. Simply based on the fact that I'm hoping they're going to change it so that with this small runway, you can't use the 707, but you can use the 737. Then we would have had more options. All right, so there goes the puddle jumper, and we are rolling through the afternoon here. Now, one thing we can do is let's check our research. Pricing's done. Hooray. Pause. This is good. Now we can jack our prices on people because the people love us. All right, 98.5 is really good. If you can keep this number in the 90s, you're in really good shape, okay? And it's pretty easy to do. That said, let's jack this up to like $600, and we're going to jack this up to $20, okay? Now, there is a warning here. Be careful. Some airlines are more cost-sensitive than others. They're so sensitive. Airlines may decide not to work with you if your prices are too expensive or your airport, or your air, that should be at your airport, or your airport sucks, I guess. I don't know what that's supposed to say. But anyway, so we're going to go, this is a reasonable amount. I've never had any problems with this. In fact, we can go higher. We're just not going to go higher right now. You can only do this, change this once every 12 hours. You know, you may only edit your prices once every 12 hours. Okay? You know something? Screw you hippies. We're going to go $25. We're going to save and we're going to see what happens. Okay? Close this. Now for our remaining flights, and we've got, wait, we didn't need to check there. We could have just moused over here. We got one at 6 and one at 8, but I think we also have one at, nope, we don't. That's it. That's our last 2 flights of the day. All right, so let's get through those because we're running short on time on this episode, and we want to get through this first day. So we're going to push through here, and we're going to see where we stand after day 1 before we cut you loose. And you will have seen what you do, how you set up your terminal if you get the basic career terminal to play SimAirport. I hope you're enjoying this series so far. I really enjoy this game. It's a lot of fun. Oh, here's the jet. Hooray. And this is a, is this an Embraer? Yeah, it's an ERJ. So they're waiting on 46 packs. Now, look here. We're going to go back up here. Aha! Look here. Now we're estimating to make $24,500. 580. Cha-ching! We jacked some money on these people. So we got 600 for the runway usage, and that's the landing. We'll get another 600 when he takes off. And we made $2,250. Boom. All right. So once you can raise your prices, you can start making some money, okay? We're not making this total 24, all right, because the flights aren't full, but we're making more than we were, and that's good. Eventually, if you're making 75, 80% of that estimated amount, you're doing really well. All right, zoom, the airplane's out of here. Winds shifted. Notice they're to the northwest, which means they're out of the southeast. The airplanes are taking off eastbound now. All right, one more flight to come in. We got a bunch of packs for it, which means we're going to get paid. Our janitors are taking the trash out. This is just a CRJ. It's only taking out 62, but that's 62 out of 75, so that's actually pretty full. All right, so that's a good thing. Now, for some reason, and maybe this is doing this in real time, let's take a look at this because this is dropped. I'm curious to see something. Let's go to status. All right, here's our status. Today, all these flights have departed, and this one's getting ready to go. But let's look at tomorrow, because I want to make sure that no flights canceled on me because I jacked the price. Everything is scheduled. Okay, this is good. And notice airport status open and fully operational because we have everything. Okay, everything's green. So you could say everything's green, we're good to go, therefore green go. All right, so that's the end of day one. Now, what are we going to do here? We're going to let the clock move forward, and we're going to get to midnight. And at midnight, we're going to look and see how the schedule changes because we'll get more airlines available because we have some passenger interest at this point. Okay? So let me go ahead and say I appreciate if you are enjoying this video series, the tutorials. Give us a like, share, and subscribe. You'll see some things come up at the end of the video to help accommodate that. And I hope you've learned something. If you have any questions or comments, constructive criticisms, welcome in the comments down below. You can also reach out to me on Steam at A-Train. All right, let's pause here. Now, ta-da! 67.55 interest. Hooray! So we got 37 grand. We got 67.55 interest. Now, here's the thing. It's after midnight. So if we book flights now, they're not going to come until day 4 because it's after midnight. That's the trick. It's a trap. But look here. We've got a bunch of airlines now. Basically everybody but the big boys. These are the biggest of the bigs. And they fly all the big jets. Okay? So they're not available. They're locked. And you got to have a PAPI, which is... in case I haven't explained that yet, let me go ahead and explain that. So you go to the runway, you left click and upgrade. This is the PAPI. Precision Approach Path Indicator provides a visual indicator to pilots of their approach angle, resulting in increased safety. Okay? These are $7,000, and you have to have 2 of them. I mean, maybe the game doesn't record it. If you don't have 2, you just have to have 1, but that's kind of stupid because you have 2 ends of the runway. All right, let me show you what this looks like real quick because this is a real deal. All right? The aim point on the runway, actually it's a little bit backwards. This big white box, these are the aim points, okay? They should technically, these 3 bars should be here, and these should be here, all right? Because these are the touchdown points, and these are the other touchdown points. And you want the aim points to be between the 2, okay? Really, there could be 2 sets of these. One could be like here, then you'd have the aim point, and then the others would be here. But anyway, they'll improve the runway art as we go along. I mean, if you want to know, these bars at the end of the runway on the threshold indicate how wide the runway is. All right, so back to the PAPI. Now, if you look at this, there's 4 little boxes. In each box is a really bright white light and a really bright red light, okay? And the pilots can see these when they're on approach. And this indicates their angle of attack coming into the runway, which means the angle of descent, okay? So it's the angle of descent, excuse me, not angle of attack. Angle of attack is how your nose is in relation to where you're going. This shows your angle of descent. All right. So it needs to shine the direction the aircraft's coming. So we're going to push R and see. So, and you don't really want to put it right on the runway. A couple of squares off is good. You can't put it too much further off, but you can put it like 2-3 squares off, which that, if you look up prototypical pictures of runways, that's where they are, is about right there. And then you would reverse it. So see how the cords are going to the left now? That means the lights are facing to the right. And you would put that one at this end of the runway somewhere. Okay? Maybe about here-ish, something like that. All right? But we don't want to spend that money. Also, there's runway ILS, instrument landing system. Instrument landing system allows larger airliners to conduct precision instrument approaches. This means fewer weather delays and lower risk of weather-related incidents. It will also help you attract the big boy airlines. All right? $20,000, you put it maybe midfield, and you can put, you can see how far I can move this way off the runway. You can't put it in the taxiway, and you can't put it over here. But you can put it this far and a couple of squares further away. So if we, now it's blocking the descent path. Let's put it here, and then, so there you go. There's about how far away you can put it. It's about 8 or 10 tiles. So that's a good thing to put in here and further away. So, and at some point that's going to come into play, not only in attracting the big boy airlines, which are Galactic. Galactic Point's already on board. This is good. Super Alliance, they're the ones. So you got to have CFO, the big gate, upgraded buses, operations, PAPI, and ILS. And Super Alliance brings in all the big airplanes. Well, guess what? You got to buy a big runway and a big gate to get the big airplanes now. Swell. But what we can do is let's pull up our schedule. We've got 2 time slots available, okay? And again, the only problem is we can't take 737s. I would hope we get a A320 Airbus. Let's see, Airbus has 707s. We're not going to take those. Rexicana, their smallest planes are 707s. And see, they're even saying, hey, you want a 747? Not until you get a suitable runway and gate. SparkJet. Oh, Galactic Point. They only fly big airplanes. 747s, A350s, A380s. There, in fact, I think, let's see, there's an Airbus A350, 360 packs. This is the 787 300. So 300 packs, 360, 525, 525. Yeah, those you have to have the 240, which is the large runway. The 787 will land on the medium runway, so that's good. That's something to shoot for. Plus, you get more money from these guys. Okay. SparkJet, they're reliable, they're great, except they've only got airplanes we can't take. I like SparkJet. A Ford Air, let's see what they've got. They got 737s we can't take, 707s we don't want, and 767s we can't take. WestJet, they have a Bombardier Dash 8, which is this prop job here. It takes 50 packs. That's a good starter aircraft. It's better than the stupid whatchamacallit. So we're going to keep this in mind. In fact, let's do this. We're going to dump this Pacific Airlines flight. You right-click on it. It says, "Are you sure you want to cancel Pacific Airlines 6759? Termination fee $5,200. Yes, remove it, or no, do not." Actually, I'm going to stop there and say no. Here's why. Because the one thing, and this is a change that came out a couple weeks ago, if you cancel a flight far enough ahead of it coming in, I mean, I'm thinking just an hour or two more than it before it coming in, it won't come in that day. It's not that it'll wait till midnight to change. No, screw you guys. You canceled our flight. We just won't show up today. So we're going to hold on to that because that's 19 butts worth of packs we can get in. I'm going to see if we can get an Airbus first before we book this Dash 8. So let's keep WestJet in mind. Pacific stinks. Juno Connect usually has little planes. All right, so they have a Dash 8, and they have a CRJ in the afternoon, which is better than the Dash 8 because it's 75 versus 50 packs. Okay. So Juno Connect's an option. Starflight, Starbright. Aha, they have an Embraer 195, which is better than a CRJ. CRJ is 75, Embraer is 90. All right, so we're in business here with these guys. We'll pick up this Starflight because right now it's the biggest plane we can get, playing by not using the 707. We'll Oh, we don't click there. We go here, afternoon. We have an afternoon time slot. And it more or less dropped it into that open slot. We move it. We left click on the right side, drag it over. That drops down to 90 minutes, and we have another flight. We made some cha-ching. See, they gave us $3,100. All right, Union Air. They usually have a bunch of these stupid Queen Airs, and then they have the Dash 8s, and they have Airbus A320s. But we get no so luck. They have tons of 1900s. If you can avoid them, avoid them. I just booked them just to show you how. They suck. Suck it up and take a Dash 8? Okay. But the only problem is you're going to wind up canceling the flight, and early on, that'll cost you more money than it's worth. So why pick up a flight you're going to cancel within a day or two until you start jacking the prices? So remember, make sure you research the CFO, build an office, hire a CFO, research pricing. Aerostar, what do you guys have? Aha, you have something I want. These guys have a great fleet here too. They have 707s, they have 73s, they have Embraers, they have 76s, and they have 777s. Ta-da! 400 packs. But you got to have the big gate and the big runway. But they do have an Embraer 195 at night. Cha-ching! All right, we're going to move that over there, and we're going to go out and left click, drag it over, and we're good to go. All right, here's the deal. We got 10 flights on the schedule. We're going to run through the day. Now, once we get past these 2 flights, we're going to dump them and put something else in their place with more than 19 people on board. So we know a couple of options we have. See, here's these guys. Aha, there's a night A320. Man, that means I may be dumping one of these guys. Shoot. Ah, there it is. It'll be this Aerotime flight. We're going to dump that and put this A320 on that because that's 150 butts. All right, so that's a good thing. Now, did you notice one other thing real quick, and then we're going to wrap this episode up. Except, locked. You must build an ATC tower to accommodate more than 10 flights per day. Oops. And really, with one gate, 10 flights, I've booked it. It's full. All right, this is going nonstop. So really, it's when you get your second gate, because if we had bigger airplanes, we'd probably have to put more time on the gate because we only have 3 gate agents and 2 security lines. So we are booked for day 4. Well, no, for day 3 because that's based on day 2. But now you see how it looks. We'll run this forward. Maybe I'll do another episode. The other thing I may do is I may jump forward because I played around with this terminal and made some significant changes to it to improve it, to expand operations. I may do those here on camera so you can see them. I may not. I'll think about that. But thanks for checking in with us. I hope you're liking SimAirport. I hope you're playing it. Get it now on Steam. It's about 20 bucks. Check me out on Steam, A-Train. You'll see me all over the discussion boards for SimAirport. Thanks for watching the video. Give us a like, share, subscribe. We appreciate your support. And make sure to check out SimAirport because it's really cool.